evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of the NSRL. We're back on our regularly scheduled Tuesday night here for the Craftsman Truck Series. We're out west for the OnlyBulls Green Flag 150 at the Long Beach Street Circuit. With me, not in the booth tonight, is my co-commentator Art. He does not own the track, but it's okay. I'm here, and we'll make a show of it. Race information tonight, 2 laps qualifying to set the field for the 80-lap main event. Stage 1 at the conclusion of lap 20. Stage 2 at the conclusion of lap 40. 3 green-white checkers. We won't need them. 4 total tire sets. Fuel run anywhere from 28 to 32 laps. Long Beach. I've never been here, truthfully. I have no idea what to expect. I can say this much, though. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Right before Cole Wilson able to set the early pace. Tane Hodison finally offering a bit of a challenge there late in the session, but other than that, it's a ways back. Ethan Ball and Brandon Pfeiffer not sitting a lap. But it's a 2-car breakaway right now at the front of this field. Track position will be important for those two. As we saw last night, the dominant car road course more than often tends to win. There's not a whole lot of cautions to slow the field down and bunch them all back up. But let's see what we have in store tonight at Long Beach. I think Diego Rodriguez is the first man through his lap. We'll watch him. Times are going to be all over the place. Nobody's getting sent home. We got 21 trucks in the field as it stands. We got 10 minutes for somebody to join if they want to get in for free. But obviously, trucks went to St. Petersburg last week. That track is not yet in iRacing that I know of. So they went out west. They had to throw a road course, and we went out west to Long Beach. So don't know a whole lot about it. It's an iconic enough track, right? You got the fountain, you got that. I mean, that's the tightest hairpin I've ever seen. And that was turn 11. And the front stretch that's, you're turning right the whole time. Obviously, the Indy cars race here, IMSA races here. But we're going to take the trucks out here. Really early braking point, 500 meters, I'm assuming that is. Up over the curb, turn 1. Don't want to smack the safer barrier. And through the iconic fountains. Turn 2 into 3. Quickly into turn 4. And what I have just made up, the parking garage section into turn number 5. Under the pedestrian bridge. Aquarium Way. Turn 7. Into turn 8. A lot of 90-degree corners here. Be very aggressive up over the curbing. Early braking point in these trucks. Turn 9. Take most of the curbing and pretty much all of it. And never-ending left turn here for turn 10. And into the hairpin, as tight as could be. 20 miles an hour, essentially. Turn 11, and then foot to the floor. Across the start-finish line. That's good enough for a 1:24.30. Mohashi 1:25.9 on his first lap. Newcomer tonight, Chris Cadiz. P3 on his first lap. The Frene setting the benchmark 1:24.2. Mike McConville picked up a top 15 at the road course last night in Austin, Texas. But we'll see what he likes to do here. There was not on the schedule. Probably no setups readily available. He starts his first lap. And already, the first 6 times on the board, there's 3 seconds separating the first 6 on the board. McConville a little deep. Ambry Brown was 3rd quickest in practice. Let's see what he sets here. Into goes P5. Jeremy Brown. P6. And Hodison here through turn number 10 and into 11. Time to beat a 124.214. But she's able to do so by a significant margin, nearly 9/10 of a second. Tane Hodison, our provisional pole sitter as it stands. Cole J. Wilson, man quickest in practice, sets off on his lap. The 93 Mountain Dew machine. Be looking a little bit better by about nearly a 10.5, 2/10 in the first sector over Tane Hodison, so a good way to start his lap. Times keep coming on the board, using as much of the track as he can get away with. Jeremy Brown slots into 4th quickest on his second lap. Logan Giesbrecht crosses the line for his second lap. He'll stay 8th quickest. Through the final corner in the blast to the start-finish line. Pfeiffer slots into 12th. The first lap for Cole J. Wilson puts him P2 as Tane Hodison goes quicker on his second lap, 122.74. So another half a second for Cole Wilson to find. Really gets a piece of the wall there. Through the fountain, through 3 cleanly into 4. Go on board with the driver of the 93. Using the runoff allotted to him, nearly inch perfect. Mike McConville's first lap invalidated. He's nearing completion of his second. We'll see if he gets on the board. Dakota LaRue finishes his second and final lap, slots into 10th. A big wiggle there, we noticed. I don't know if he's going to find half a second. Hodison especially had an excellent second half of the lap. He is hustling this thing through 10. Through 11, McConville goes to 9th on his one and only lap. And not good enough there, 123.48. So a reversal of practice. And Hodison now the man to beat as it stands. "21 trucks, John Wilco, Jeff Carson, Rich Jett, Nick Hansen, Steve Herring electing to not qualify. Side note, the overlays are back this week and appear to be working just fine, so that's good. Got 2 minutes left, and Mike McConville has crashed. Let's take a look at that and see what happened. He's our only source of on-track entertainment. Now, what a delayed response there for the the hood to cave in. Man, that did not sound good. Tried to turn in, just carried too much speed. You can all stare at Nick Hansen's truck. You know what I do. I can't say I know who that is or what he does. But this will be an interesting one. I'm excited to see. Right now, it's a two-car. Let's see here. You look at it. I mean, that's a sizable gap in qualifying. Obviously, I know it's a longer track, but still, half a second significant. And Hodgson, right at the death, had closed into 800ths behind Cole Wilson. But I think with the qualifying, it looks like as he's gotten that extra 2 laps and he's learned a little something. But a 1:23.3. Let's take a look back at the practice times that they set. 1:22.8. So they were actually a little bit slower. Cole Wilson significantly slower in his qualifying attempt. Tane Hodgson was able to improve by about 0.2. And that was the difference to improve on his practice effort. Don't got to DNQ anybody. Don't have to set the grid or anything manually. No. Just got a 5-minute warm-up for these drivers to, do whatever it may be that they need to do. New plug-in alert. I think it works. Tane Hodgson, your pole sitter. Cole J. Wilson, P2 in row number 1. Got the randomly generated driver images. I didn't set that. Jared Wishon, Chris Cadiz in his debut starts row number 2. Jeremy Brown and Gabriel Rene pick up row number 3. Diego Rodriguez and Brandon Minto, row number 4. Mike McConville and Logan Giesbrecht, P9 and P10. Coda LaRue and Daniel Hashey in very similar yellow trucks make up row number 6. Travis Minto, Ethan Ball, number 7. And row number 8, our last 2 qualifiers, Brandon Pfeiffer and Chris Claude. Everybody else electing to start at the back of the field and try and get through the turn 1 chaos. Jeff Carson, Rich Jett, row number 9. Appropriate driver picture there for the 77. John Wilco and Nick Hansen, row number 10. And then we'll have a singular driver at the back of this field, row 11. It's going to be Steve Herring. I'd be upset too if I was by myself in the Lowe's number 98 machine. So yeah, we got a scrolling grid automatically. We got some massive improvements here at YJ Media, courtesy of. Let me make sure I say this right. Great link. The Collateral Damage Sports Network. They got some pretty cool behind-the-scenes plugins that they work on, and anyone else is interested in it, yeah. But 80 laps around a road course feels semi-significant, especially in the trucks, but I guess that's what they did at St. Petersburg. A minute left here in this warm-up. Drivers getting their final laps in. Shouldn't expect green flag pit stops, so the importance of knowing where your pit box is not the most important thing. You're just out there doing whatever for 5 minutes. This is Long Beach Fighter. We're out west. They run IndyCar and sports car here. We'll be back at the ovals next week. Phoenix. They're not, I don't think they're going 35 down the front stretch there. I think that sign is inherently misleading. Oh, trouble. You're getting, even in warm-up, it's Cole Wilson and Tane Hodison, however serious they might be taking it. But practice was Cole Wilson, qualifying was Tane Hodison. The warm-up back in the favor of Cole Wilson. So there you go. Four-line drive. Nobody ends up in the shore. One last thing we'll do is we'll show you the point standings as they came into tonight. After two races, Ferda Motorsports out front, Mike McConville, the only man in triple digits. Tane Hodison looking very well. He could potentially take over the points lead tonight if everything goes his way. Gary Wishin, Brandon Minto, Brandon Pfeiffer. Good run for Brandon's inside the top 5. Nick Hansen, John Wilco, Jeremy Brown, Jason Simoto, Jeff Carson round out your top 10. And your favorite driver here on the next couple of pages. All the way down to Max D. Filippi. So 38 drivers have participated thus far this season. So now is when we use the rolling grid. I got ahead of myself, but this is technically when we're supposed to use it. Show. Camera focus the leader. What's the difference if I tell it to focus on the pace car? You can't see anybody. We're gonna have to minimize that, I guess. We'll clean up the dimensions a little bit as we get further into the season. But we got some cool things in place for sure. So, don't have the random points up. We should be ready to go here, man. We're through turn number 9. Got some right turns. We got all 21 on track. Nobody starting from pit lane. Got the Porsche pace car. And it just said everybody crashed because of how slow they went through the hairpin. So that's going to be problematic. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Tane Hodison and Cole Wilson going to get us underway here at Long Beach. A better start, actually, for the 93, but Tane Hodison will have the preferred line here into turn number 1. 93 around the outside, though, takes the position. Power move early. Nick Hansen up 2 spots further back, and everybody's just crawling through the fountain section. Wilson tries to get going up front. Early battling here. Chris Caddis to the inside of Jeremy Brown, putting Gabriel Lafrene under a little bit of pressure, but Lafrene able to escape both, and he's up 2 spots in the early going. Diego Rodriguez. Rodriguez defensive. Everybody works through the hairpin for the first time. Look out, everybody. Look at the 96 of Ethan Ball. That is spectacular. Looks like that's going to be Jeff Carson. He's thinking about it. 96 wide. Does not hit anything. 96 will fall back, lose a handful of positions. Falls back to 19th. Chris Quad a little deep. Steve Herring. He did not make the race last night at COTA in the O'Reilly Series, but he's back here tonight and battling it out with league owner Chris Quad. I gotta admire the hustle. And that's points on the board. When we do get a full field, we can fall back on those points. Jeremy Brown trying to put that 23 of Cat is under early pressure in his debut. Go on board with him as he approaches the hairpin. How do you even set up a move here? Not a whole lot you can do unless somebody blows the corner, I suppose. Diego Rodriguez has joined the party. Things are already pretty spread out, much more so than we saw at COTA, but very technical track here as well. This is the closest battle we're seeing on track right now through the fountain section, all four of these guys. Jeff Carson goes wide, allowing Pfeiffer and Rich Jett to go on by. So we see that a lot. It's just like, oh, they're 1.2 seconds ahead, and then all of a sudden they just lose the position. Simply just caused by a lockup, and they have to come to nearly a dead stop. Kind of a train right now. Follow the guy right in front of you. Force enough pressure to maybe make a mistake. Oh, 6 wide and into the wall for LaFrenne. How much damage does that 06 have? The steering, it's working somewhat for now. He'll be under some severe pressure here. Steering looks okay when you compare it to the guys right around him. Wilco a little bit wide on exit there. Ethan Ball back on through 18. The left front damage there for that 62 machine as a result. Hansen, your biggest mover, he went from 20th to 17th in the opening 3 laps. It looks like this 46 definitely a bit faster, but trying to pick your opportunity is going to be difficult. It's kind of awkward in the trucks. A lot of slow speed corners. You got to be really close up to somebody, have a significant pace advantage to make that move. Oh, or you could get on the back bumper just like that. At 20 miles an hour. A little pit maneuver. Caddis says, well, you go on ahead, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see how it plays out down into turn number 1, but he's looking back to the inside. Diego Rodriguez right there. I'll make it fine through turn 1. Brown up into the top 5. Cole Wilson, comfortable, 1.6 seconds out in front. And they've kind of just gone back and forth. It was Wilson on top in qualifying. Hodison gets the advantage. Or excuse me, Wilson was best in practice. Hodison gets him in qualifying. Wilson a little bit quicker in the warm-up. Not that that's entirely representative, but... And in the race, it's currently swinging in the way of Cole Wilson. He got the lead on the start of the race, got a better initial launch. Took the lead around the outside in turn number 1. So a very impressive move, and he's backing it up. And as I say that, he has a bobble into the last corner, and Tane Hodison's right there, 5/10 back. Jared Wishon keeping them honest. He started third, and that's where he remains. Kind of the pre-2021 Max Verstappen treatment. Not fast enough to catch the Mercedes, and quicker than everybody behind you. As Mike McConville makes a green flag pit stop. And I don't even know where the pit entry is, so let's take a look here. It's right there. Oh, wow. Wow. All right, let's see what he's doing. Interesting. And he's out, so I'm not sure what that was all about. But he'll rejoin in 19th place. As Cole J. Wilson has gone off from the lead of this race. Back down to third. This was turn number 9, and just under braking, blows the corner. Tane Hodison says, thank you very much. Jared Wishon says, thank you very much. Yeah, that was turn 9. Felt the pressure a little bit. He's 7 seconds back. He's going to have a stage caution, though, to be right back in contention, but mistake early. I love that corner in the truck is just so funny to me. Conville, I mean, they're all on the lead lap. It's a long track. Steve Herring there with a little bit of left front damage. Just out here trying to get his points. Staying well out of the way of the leaders. Chris Claude now joining him 1 lap down. McConville 18 seconds up the road. Could get lapped. Chris Claude wouldn't want that to happen, but no, Wishon on the scene quick. Obviously, at a road course, you're gonna have guys that are super comfortable and in their element, and guys that are not. Cat is same thing. Turn 9 blows the corner. He'll lose a spot to Minto and Rodriguez as well. Take a look at how that happened. Or does he get any help? No. Rodriguez just used the intimidate button and he sailed on through. Does not hit anything. Same thing with Cole Wilson. They did not hit anything. Had a lot of runoff and they used it. Ethan Ball will be in the draft down the front straightaway here of Nick Hansen. This is break into the top 15. Steve Herring has towed to pit road. Potentially feels like his 5 laps were enough, and he'll secure the points. And there it is, yep. I get that, though, man. It's like, you know what? I'm going to see if anybody else that hates road courses dips out early. And then if they don't, I'll just get my last place points. Stayed out of the way of everybody, and that's all you could do sometimes. 2.2 the gap from Hodison back to Jared Wishon. Brown actually now closing in on Cole Wilson, who's catching Gabriel Lafreniere. I brought up the best battles chart right now, outside of this one. Like Ethan Ball, Rich Chet, both got damage on the front of their Chevrolets. They continue on. Take a look if something happened here. That 96. And that'll do it. Yeah, he'll slide over correct into the fence, and he'll lose 2 spots and bang up the front of his truck. Goes from 16th to 18th. Trouble in front of him. Rich Chet gives it right back. Goes deep into the turn 1 tire barrier. Under braking. Be the last one standing, and that's kind of the goal here at the road course. Heavy damage on that left front. Also the right rear as well. Here we go. Battle for the podium. P3, Cole Wilson all over the back of Lafreniere, who's going to take the defensive line into turn 1. Very aggressive block there. Can he keep it on the road? Crossover. 06 catches the barrier just a bit. Cole Wilson up to 3rd. Great move there from the 93, and he'll work his way back up. Oh, Cadiz, hang on to it. Or, excuse me, Logan Giesbrecht. We'll slide off into turn number 1. Jeff Carson, Brandon Pfeiffer. And all of a sudden, we got a lot going on here at Long Beach. Into turn 1, Carson. Can he get it woed up? Maybe. Side by side into the fountain? I don't know about that. I don't know. 18 has to yield. I didn't think I'd see 2 wide at all through that section at any point. But these guys made it happen. Nick Hansen deep into turn number 1. Mike McConville's going to join him. Man. He's like, don't hit him, don't hit him, don't hit him, don't hit him, don't hit him. And now they're racing right nose to tail. McConville should got the fresh tires, too. I don't know what happened there, man. He came in pit. Would be okay. McConville trying to go around the outside. Hansen will give it to him, as they're in severe danger of both going a lap down, and probably will at this point with all the incidents. .46 to the inside of the 06. He'll take away that 4th spot. Here comes Diego Rodriguez into the mix. 06 fighting back on the inside. Rodriguez is definitely there. Fernet has the preferred line into turn number 9. Little bobble there under the brakes from the 06. 46 trying to keep the momentum. And he'll take the spot back. How about that? Jimmy Brown trying to get out of town now. Rodriguez in the draft will have a great shot here of getting into the top 5 if he can outbrake Lafreniere. He's going to take a peek at it. Gets it woed up. No contact made. 06 has the momentum on exit, though. 38 machine trying to keep Chris Cadiz honest. About 1 second back. It's just like that. The battles have disappeared again. Nick Hansen, I believe, is about to be 1 lap down. Thought he was. Kane Hodgson, another second on his lead, out from 2.2 to 3.3. Rodriguez, do you try? Oh, 6 is loose. This is going to be a great shot again for the 21. In the draft, down the front stretch. We'll see what kind of move he can make here into turn number 1. That is, let's not use that camera angle ever again. But he'll put him right in the tire tracks, follows him. Rich Jet, a potential bobble there. In the 77. A little wide. McConville just had a way better run. See, if you're going to just hit the wall, it's preferable to do it at about 12 miles an hour. Rich Jet, that's 18th place, in danger of going a lap down. Nick Hansen has been lapped. See, they're not full throttle through that little kink there. Again, Rodriguez, another lap following right through the 06's tire tracks. Sounded like they were full throttle right there. Rodriguez didn't care. 06 trying to defend. Catching a little bit of lap traffic. Let's see how this plays out. Nearly caught the wall there. Up over the curbing. Hansen will yield. 5th and 6th place. Very respectful. Both catch a piece of the wall there. Let's get the Daniel Hashi on board at personal request as he's trying to chase after Chris Cadiz for the 8th place. Hashi up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. There. Hashi performed admirably during the onboard segment. Looks like Cole Wilson, he was checking out on Jeremy Brown, but a bobble has brought 46 right back into it. Rich Jet 1 lap down. Mike McConville. See the leaders in his rear view mirror. There's Ethan Ball and John Wilco. If these guys get to racing, they're all going to go a lap down. Here comes Tane Hodgson. We should keep him pretty stable at right around 3 seconds. Gap hasn't really increased, decreased, or anything. Lafrene finally has to give up E5 to Rodriguez. Brandon Minto. He's had a very quiet night, but in a strong 7th right now. Coda LaRue haven't said his name a whole lot tonight. Started at 11th. That's where he runs. Logan Giesbrecht went off at turn 1, but still sits 10th. Travis Minto up 1 spot from where he started. Jeff Carson +4, your biggest mover so far tonight, jointly with John Wilco, also up 4. Pfeiffer up 1, Ethan Ball down 2, Mike McConville. Off sequence, he pitted, so he's probably going to try and get some track position at the end of the stage, but if he goes a lap down, that's going to kind of ruin everything for his plans. Especially now that he's got some guys in front of him he's going to have to race with. Oh, Wilco, hang on to it. And this is going to be the fight for the lucky dog. Addison's right there. They're all just going to slow each other up. But Pfeiffer's about 8 seconds up the road from this, so as long as he doesn't spin out or overshoot turn 9, it's going to be these 3 guys, and Addison about 2 seconds quicker. And McConville, I think, realizes it. He's going to make the send, try and get both. Gets Ethan Ball, though, puts 1 car between himself and Tane Hodison. At the very least, you have to be the one leading this trio for when the stage caution comes out. Conville just said, all right, the heck with this, I gotta go. Wilco says it's not really worth it. Conville, with those 2 passes, has secured himself what should be the lucky dog. Even if he himself gets lapped, he will not catch Brandon Pfeiffer, unless Pfeiffer has a problem. There goes Tane Hodison around the outside of the 96, a little wide there, but leads the pass, and now only 15 trucks on the lead lap. Gap now about 4 seconds out in front. As Jeremy Brown continues to hunt down Cole Wilson here into the final corner. Rodriguez Lafrene lap truck of Rich Jett. Oh, contact with your race leader into the back of Pfeiffer. Who, remember I said if he had problems he wouldn't get lapped? He had a problem and is now lapped and losing positions at that. So what the heck happened to Brandon? In fact, he was 8 seconds clear. Ah. That's what happened. Too much rear brake slides. And then he's just kind of sitting there for a second. Here comes Mike McConville around the outside. And then we saw what happened with your race leader. So now, Ethan Ball is a big Mike McConville fan because he was looking dead bright, so he was able to get around John Wilco. And if McConville could somehow hold him off, then Ethan Ball is your lucky dog. Two laps to go, though. This is going to be a tall task now that a lot of these cars are kind of out of the way. And just like that, Ethan Ball, no longer the lucky dog, as he blows turn 1. And this has just been Calamity Corner. Just the slightest little bit of contact there. Now John Wilco has found himself, and he pulled over and let all those guys go. Now, he could be the lucky dog if McConville's able to hold on for a lap and a half. Hodgson applying the pressure. McConville really catches the inside wall there through 9. Let's see if Hodgson catches him a break. 4.5 seconds clear. In the draft, McConville. Pfeiffer moving a couple more spots here. Ball 13 seconds behind John Wilco for the lucky dog. White flag. For stage 1. You look at the last 5 laps who worked out well at the end of stage 1 here. And Hodgson has been 2.5 tenths quicker than Jared Wishing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, no surprise, right? It's a road course. The 5 fastest is going to be the 5 fastest. Nobody's flying. Nobody's gaining time throughout the field. And Hodgson looks like he's content to just let McConville limp home to the finish. McConville said, it's not really worth it, though. So John Wilco loses the lucky dog in heartbreaking fashion. Your lap leaders for stage 1. Hodgson, the majority of it after Cole Wilson. Went wide in turn number 1. Hodgson out of the final corner. Conville, your lucky dog. 13 trucks finished on the lead lap in stage 1. Hodgson gets the stage win. Say that 80 laps here will take a long time. It's fully green, so we're gonna have to go all the way around to catch a pace car. Where is the pace car? Giesbrecht getting that final stage point, and he's just now crossing the line to confirm it. Goodness. There it is. Car has picked up the field, and you would assume pits are open this time. How much time everyone's going to have to get organized. We're back 8th, 9th, 10th. Dakota LaRue's going to have. They're going to have to come a long way. But staying out to take the wave around probably not going to work out for these guys. Feels pretty limited here. What you got is kind of what you got. Jeff Carson, he is the last truck on the lead lap. He's going to go all the way, catch this field. Not as high speed as Coda, obviously. So there really shouldn't be a situation where anyone has significant damage. I mean, there's moderate damage from if you below turn 1. Here comes everybody. All the lead lap trucks will make their way in. Because, yeah, we'll just go with that. no pit boxes. It's just parked on the street. Looks like he can't find his box. But everybody's in. Lap cars as well. Chris Claude finally getting around. 20 trucks still running. McConville obviously is going to be your lucky dog, so he has to go all the way around pit and then catch the field again. And John Wilco is going to take a wave around here. And I mean, he's going to have a little bit of fuel in that truck, and he can pit pretty quick, stay on the lead lap, and then try and stay there to the end of stage 2. Guess that's going to be the goal. Payne Honiston won the race off pit road. P2. Nico Rodriguez up to 3rd. Wilson lost a little bit, as did Jim Brown. Ashley gained a couple spots on pit road. Chris Caddis, lengthier stop. He fell back down to 12th. Rue McConville just now getting back around. Wilco will take his wave round this time by. Everybody else, Jet, Ball, Pfeiffer, Hansen, Claude, they all make it. We're getting put another lap down. That gives us 15. Getting back on the lead lap. Gonna have to catch this field. Formed up, double wide, ready for the restart. Single file over there, right? Too wide where they can. Now they're doing about 35 in adherence with local speed limit laws. There's going to be a lot of people that are not going to be close to catching this field. Jet's back in. Honestly, for John Wilco, you might have just been better off hitting right there. I know it's pits closed. What are you going to do? It's so jacked up. Take the penalty? I don't know. You got to burn even more fuel trying to run full speed for 2 more extra laps than the rest of everybody. Rue and McConville might catch him. No idea. Might, with how slow this is about to be. Be in no man's land fight for Hansen, Ball, Jet. They're all over. Here we go. Let me kind of slow down. This pace car is off. Payne Honiston going to get us back underway here. Got the preferred line for the run down to turn number 1. We're back underway. Again with the inside line, they're getting a better start. That's twice it's happened to Hodison. But he's fighting back on the inside already. 3 wide into turn number 1. Wilson around the outside, and again a fantastic move from Cole Wilson. Holy smokes. 2 wide behind him. Hodison muscles his way through to second. How on earth did Cole Wilson pull that off? He's gone again, so the momentum right back with the 93. Hodison has been caught lacking on both starts tonight. Fast truck. Not want to see that restart for stage 2. Now Cole Wilson's got that playbook. He's got that knowledge built into. He's like, all right, turn 9, I struggled with a little bit. Back that up. I'm pretty good overall. And Pfeiffer, how on earth? Into the runoff there. Toes to pit road. Spread out bad here. Single file for now until somebody makes a mistake. Minto a little wide there. McConnell takes the spot over to 11th. Was inside the top 10 until he pitted. Lengthy pit stop there. Working his way back up to the field. A lot of the action tonight has been from this 46, this 21 machine. Here they go. Lafreniere right there in the mix, so this is commonplace at this point. These guys to be up here battling in their way out. Taking a peek around the outside, but that's just simply not going to be the place to make a move through that sequence of corners. Nick Hansen, your lucky dog by 8 seconds over Ethan Ball. If we get a natural track ball, anything of the sort. Cole Wilson just set down the new benchmark, 23.1 in race trim, 0.6 of a second faster than anybody else. 3 tenths. Lafreniere actually back and forth had a really good lap. He's keeping pace with the leaders a little bit better here on this restart. 6 tenths faster than his direct competitor in second place. Jared Wisham's going to get credit for the 1 lap lead because he got such a good start on stage 2. Beat Hodison to the line. Cole Wilson now has the advantage, squarely back in his favor until we get the what is it, punch, counter punch, until something else. Let's see if Hodison can punch back. You can see the top 6 separated by 5 seconds. Jeremy Brown just saw leaders dive off into turn 1 as he was still steaming down the front stretch. Braking, closing in with it to within 2 car truck lengths, I guess you'd call it. Diego Rodriguez, he's going to take a peek here to the inside. Rodriguez, I think, realizes he's under severe pressure. Try this crossover. Fall back in line, think better of it. They're trying to get back into the top 10. Shane Odyssey looks to take the points lead out of here tonight. Condo doing a nice job. Recovery, able to get that lucky dog. He's making the most of it right now. This is the closest battle on track in this group right here. Cat is slow a little bit. Takes the defensive line. There's Hashi right in front of this group. Hashi been so consistent tonight. I haven't seen him have any sort of incidents or anything. Knock on wood for the Daniel Hashi fans out there, but he's been consistent tonight. Top 10 speed all night. Saw Brandon Pfeiffer go deep into turn 1 behind the tire barriers in the runoff. He towed to pit road. He did eventually retire from the race, our second retirement. From the OnlyBulls Green Flag 115, what is the weirdest sponsor name I've heard in a long time? 19 trucks still running. 15 of them on the lead lap. Nick Hansen comfortably your lucky dog. Wilco still going to have to pit here. For the end of this stage, Ethan Ball he jumped pit road. Let's take a look at what happened to the 96 machine. Went super deep into 1, parked it, towed, and we'll see if he just sits there or if he wants to be the third retirement of tonight's activities. Wait a minute, this is 6 to 11, so we got a train of trucks right here. I'm going at it. Go deep into a corner, you're going to lose 5 spots if you're Brandon Minto. As the gap out front is now 9/10 of a second, so Hodison's found a little bit in the last couple of laps. Almost a little bit of wheel hop there, it looked like, from Macondo, but he gets it slowed down in time. It's just such a crazy corner in this truck. Closing in on the 39 to the inside. Be side by side through the fountain as Breck yields. Aggressive move there from the 06. Puts him into 7th. They all try and chase after Brandon Minto. So in all of that, let's take a look here. I think it might have happened to the... What happened to the 23 here? Unknown. They were right behind him. Ah! That's what happened. We were a lap too early. Honda makes the move down the inside. And they just run out of real estate. He's going to get turned around. Caddis goes on through and says, all right. Conville back within a second, so we'll see if anything should happen. But I don't. That's probably pretty simple. I hope you understand that. We were looking at the 06 and the 39 go at it, and Conville make that same dive. Each other just enough this time, right? It's the battle for 10th. Fernet starting to close in. He got past Giesbrecht 2 laps ago. Now closing in on Minto, who's sideways into the tire barrier. Thought he towed for a second, but now he's just blinking. His internet did not like that. Heavy left side damage from the 12 machine. He's going to stay out. And just try and link that home here to the stage. There'll be plenty of time to work on that truck. The nature of this track. Conville Cat is part 3. Oh, McConville catches a piece of the wall through 1, and he's a little wide through 3. Lost to about a second back. Ashy applying the pressure. He knows that 12 is a bit wounded. Closing right up to the back bumper of Brandon Minto. He got a strong exit. He's going to take a peek here into turn 9. Showing the nose. Minto realizes he's under pressure. Doesn't want to make a bad situation worse. Oh, and Ashy goes straight on. And that is a blown motor for Daniel Hashi. He had it, man. Minto was giving it to him. Just got too excited. Didn't want to bail out of it. Top 10 run, parts falling off the truck, and that'll sadly be the end of his night for all intents and purposes. Rich Jet on pit road. He's been there for 2 minutes. Ethan Ball's still there. Like Ashley will have to settle for what'll be 17th or 18th, depending on if Rich Jet comes back out. But up front, all of that was happening. Tane Hodison has caught Cole Wilson again. 6 laps to go this time by. Minto still wounded and is now falling back to Chris Caddis and Mike McConville. And Daniel Hashi, the man that almost never gives up, realizes what has happened and he has retired Chris Jet back on track. So that'll be an 18th place finish for Daniel Hashi. It's all said and done. is for the race lead. P11 and P8 also up for grabs, all within about 0.6 of a second. John Wilco finally having to pit for fuel right about the far end of the range. 35 laps with that caution, obviously. Stage 1 helping out, so 28 to 32. Decent enough estimate. Frostbite 93. Trying to hold serve at the front of this field. Last field. Wishing as, I mean, he can see him. He's like, hey, I see you guys. I hope you screw it up. Hoddison is there. They ran identical laps last time by. They're within 1/10 of a second of each other in the overall best lap, or the last 5 lap average, excuse me. Hoddison actually a tad bit quicker. Lap traffic. That's Chris Quad. They'll catch right going into turn 4. Not really a place to yield through the fountain. Right, his best. I mean, that's about the most you can ask for. Hanson into pit road. And this is now officially the closest battle on track. Is Fonville and Caddis have kind of separated themselves. But this is it. I mean, we're focusing on the leaders because that's where the closest fight on track is. So it works out for everybody. It's interesting. The 1 lap pace was obviously Tane Hoddison. He got pulled by about 0.5 of a second. And then the short run speed specifically just launching on a restart. As Dakota LaRue and Jeff Carson go the battle here. Well, the short run speed, the restarts, in favor of Cole Wilson. The long run speed is kind of swinging back to Tane Hoddison. But on this run, Wilson's making him earn it. He does not going to give up the spot just by going deep into turn 9. So you're going to have to find a way around me. 3 1/4 laps to go. He's essentially pushing him through these corners almost. They're pretty, I mean, they're matching each other almost. At this point, when you get this close, it's going to be hard to make a move. We saw Hashi try and make an aggressive move to the inside here. He's trying to apply the pressure. There's no, like, really, it's kind of a formality through 10 and 11. You just kind of got to follow the guy through. It's in the draft. No traffic ahead of them for the moment. The second. Sit in second gear. Turn number 4. 1.5 laps left in this stage. Great points day for Hodison. He's looking to take the overall lead of the championship standings leaving here. Won stage 1. He's got 9 points in his back pocket, so he's got 19 points no matter what. Looking for 20, and then who knows what he'll do in the final stage. Just all over the back. We've seen less attrition in the stage. We haven't seen the entirety of the field blow through turn 1 as often. The less attrition, Jeff Carson's going to be... It's tough to say. You would assume he's going to be the lucky... We'll go currently the lucky dog. And that strategy actually might work out for him. He'll get back on the lead lap and be able to... He's pushing him through the fountain. I think that strategy will end up working out for John Wickel just because he's able to run a clean stage. Jeff Carson definitely far enough along the road. Here we go, side by side. Late dive from Hodison. Wilson hanging on. It's not coming to the last lap. It's the last lap of stage 2, so you can't just move him because he's been your equal. He'll just get you back when it actually matters. All while this, they pulled another 2 seconds on Jared Wishon, so they have found another level here. They work the last lap next time by. In stage 2. Slight bobble there. Hodison closing it in the draft ever so slightly. As much as the draft can mean on a front stretch that's designed like this, gained about half a tenth. Check back, not close enough. The only battle on track within a second right now, and it's for the race lead. Can't make it up. Halfway this time by the stage 2, and we're gonna get a green flag pit stop with the way this race was set up. That'll be interesting to see how that works. It'll be with about 10 laps to go or so, just inside of it. He's all over him, man. He wants the stage win. They shouldn't catch Jeff Carson, but yeah, it'll actually be less than 10 to go. Get 2 laps under caution here, and that was his best shot, I think, as we work through 9, unless he just wants to punt him out of the way into 11. Yeah, I mean, he's there. He can just push him. He's gonna try the crossover. Oh, he got into him. It's gonna be a drag race to the finish line, and Hodison goes on through. How about that? Man. Tane Hodison sweeps the stage. We'll see if Cole Wilson remembers that little move. That was something else. We'll wait for the pace car to pick them up. Let's take another look at that, man. That is incredible. I was like, he's 3/10 back going into turn 9. But look at that. Able to just he's just riding over the curbs. Gets a slightly better run through 9. And essentially just pushes him all the way through 10. Looks to the outside and just cranks it to the right. Trying the crossover at 20 miles an hour. And does he get into him here? Or does the 93 just try and gas it up? No, he gasses it up. I mean, just look at the angle here. Trying to just drag race to the finish line. And you'll see it if we go cockpit cam. It probably gets a little loose here. Yeah, back to the left. So he just gets loose all on his own. Can't do that when the guy's right behind you. So fair play to Tane Hodison. It was close enough. A slight bobble, and he was already, he's right there. Can't do anything about it. Slight contact. And he'll take it. Man. John Wilco leaving his 14 trucks on the lead lap for this final stage. The road should be open this time for everybody. Everybody will be coming in. Wilco's gonna have to go back around, obviously. Get his lucky dog, then he'll pit. I don't know that yeah, 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel for everybody. Nearly identical in terms of pit stops, so slight advantage to 22, and there they go. 1, 2, 3, just like that, just the way they came in. Rodriguez 4th, Jeremy Brown 5th, LaFrene 6th, Giesbrecht 7th, McConville 8th. Cat is 9th. So Brandon Minto be 10th. Should be, but it looks like he's got some damage he's trying to fix. And who's going to come off 10th? Left front damage he wants to fix. LaRue left front damage. Left front damage. Car in the way. They're all fixing damage now. Don Wilco getting his lucky dog. And Hodison wins the race off pit road. Can Tane Hodison take advantage? Be locked up at that. Just perpendicular to the racetrack. That's crazy. And he'll make his stop. What a camera angle. And Ethan Ball is going to take a wave around here. He actually was on pit road for 15 minutes and eventually came back. So poor Daniel Hatchie's going to go to 19. But I guess he saw a free spot, said, I want it. And he'll take it. Two cautions both at the stage. Numerous trucks going deep into turn 1. A slight incident with McConville and Cadiz. And that's really all in terms of, you know. And Jeremy Brown has been off track 4 times. I guess just running wide or deep. I didn't see it. Actually, I'm curious what is considered an off track. I want to go back and find it now. Road. It says 4 off track. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know why it says it. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Ethan Ball getting the wave around makes him 1 lap closer to getting Hashy. So I guess it's I want to get around him as quick as possible, get my extra point, and be done. They're only 2 laps behind Nick Hansen, who's still on pit road. And, oh, actually, he'll gain another spot. That's not good. No, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. They're not going to catch anymore. They'll be on the lead lap for the final stage, but they'll be hopelessly adrift, unfortunately. Really, it's kind of like, I get it, you want to fix the damage, but be up there in the mix. If you're 40 seconds behind, you know, someone goes a little wide, you're not going to take advantage of the situation. What kind of restart? Tane Odyssey. Can he keep the track position? Because he's been quick over the longer run, but he's been getting horrid restarts. There's only been 2, and both of them he lost the lead. Cole Wilson has gone around the outside twice. And they actually put the lights back on the pace car. I think they realized, hey, we should give all the lead lap trucks the opportunity to be... you know, in the field. I don't mind that call. Brown going to use it to top off on fuel here. I think they should be. But it means his pit stop at the end will be a little bit shorter. He can go that extra lap, needs less fuel at the end. Brandon Minto says, thank you very much. I'll do the same thing. 40 seconds back, they'll catch them over the course of the pace lap. So we got 14 trucks going for it on the lead lap. It's weird to see Rich Jett on pit road for an extended period of time. Normally so consistent, keeps his truck in one piece, but on pit road for over 6 minutes now. Nick Hansen on pit road, obviously with that blown motor, 10 minutes now, effectively out of the race. 3 for sure. Still got left front damage he wants to get fixed, but... Well, he didn't even make it. He was running comfortably inside the top 10 at the first stage before he pancaked the left side of his truck. He's 52 seconds back, and we're closing in now. Close for him. I don't know. He's going to have to get on his horse here. Pace speed, 45, 50 miles an hour. Final restart of the night. Intents and purposes. There's Wilco. There's Jeremy Brown. Minto trying to close in as they work through 9. Close. You might catch him at a bad spot. He might be coming out of the last corner as they go green. Got lap trucks in the mix here. Here we go. Hoddison spun the tires. That is 0 for 3. That is absolutely insane. He's lost the lead on all 3 restarts. Minto flew in there at the back, so they all caught the field officially. Well done to everybody. They're all technically there. That is, I mean, that is crazy. It just makes it so much more difficult for yourself. I mean, just look at him. He's the leader. He can launch. Where's the restart zone, I guess? I don't know if that's for Indy. I don't know what it's for. He's half a truck length ahead. It looks like Wilson goes before him, technically. I don't know. He's just timing it way better. And he spun the tires at that much. Now has to track him all the way back down. And if it wasn't for that mistake in the final corner, he wouldn't have won stage 2. And if he doesn't make a mistake here, you're going to have to move him. 36 to go. It's going to be super close on fuel if anyone can save. You would look immediately towards Jeremy Brown, Brandon Minto to do that, as they came in and topped off on lap 43. They would have to go 37 laps. I think Wilco 35, and that was with a caution. He's back up to P6. Let's march up the field. You got to assume for him, P6 at a road course, he'll love it. It was 19. Eight-tenths of a second out in front. As we know, the 93 fires off really good. He has all night long. Odyssey will drop back to about 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, and start reeling him back in midway through the run. 14 trucks on the lead lap. As these two, let's just take a peek at it. Turn 1. They've dropped off. We know. Oh, he's coming in. So is he just going to make his final pit stop now? I guess. That's interesting. Minto not lifting and coasting, so I assume Jimmy Brown just going to make the last pit stop and then run as hard as he can and see where he ends up. I assume this will be a short pit stop. No tires obviously going on that 46 machine. Longer than I thought it would be. And now concerningly long. So unsure of what happened there to Jeremy Brown, unless he got some sort of penalty. Which, yes, I can check the hard one. I don't see anything about it. Laps. Peace. Oh, something is... Well, that could explain something. None of his laps count. Well, unfortunate for Jeremy Brown, as he was one to watch with the fuel situation. Now that goes to Brandon Minto. The highest of the guys that pitted on lap 43. He's already 25 seconds back. Brown now leading. He's a minute in his box, so I'm assuming some sort of penalty. Turn 8 gap, half a second. He's wrecked under pressure from Cadiz, looking for a top 10 in his debut. Move there. Gets it done up into 7. Odyssey now within 3 car lengths. Pushing, keeping him honest, about 2 seconds back. Rodriguez right there as well. So 4 trucks separated by 3 seconds, which, considering we've run a couple laps, it's the closest it's been all night. Not just a two-man show just yet. They're trying to hang tough. Here, what happened? It's what, through turn 11 really started caught off. So there was a problem. Seconds separate your top four. Rodriguez can see them all. Get up there and you know, trade some paint. Let me get a win here. Look at the timeline for the man in third place right now on the podium, and has just been loving the third place. I mean, started third, got to second when Wilson blew turn one. Got to first for a lap. He launched really good on the second stage. Eventually, Hodison and Wilson got back by him. And on the restart, got from fourth to third. And, I mean, he's just been loving third place tonight. Cole J. Wilson, low as fifth. He blew by turn one and has recovered since then. Dane Hodison has either been in first or second tonight. Literally. That's it. It's just a crazy time. Look at Mike McConville. He's been, 20th all the way up to now 6th, that he could see a top 5 on a road course. It'd be, I mean, it's already a great night, but it could be an ecstatic night. You could somehow get a top 5 on a road course. That'd be fun. Look at Jeff Carson. He's your biggest mover. Took advantage of the stage caution to move up some positions. +7 tonight, holding on to the top 10 by 4 seconds. Brandon Minto started inside the top 10, but has kind of yielded ground since hitting the wall in turn 9. .3 of a second separating your top 2 as Bushin and Rodriguez start to fall back just a little bit. Oh, catches a piece of the fence there. Hodison is there. Taking a peek to the inside. Allows Bushin to close back in a little bit. Hodison had to check up. They hit the fence. Here comes Jared Wishin. Ethan Ball, Nick Hansen, or excuse me, Ethan Ball back in. Actually towed to pit road. Lap traffic ahead, Chris Quad. He's going to get a top 15 for his troubles. I mean, he'll be the first to tell you that not his favorite type of racing, but he is going to get a top 15 just by keeping it between the fences. 29 laps to go. This will be the longest that any of these guys have to consecutively. Curious how that's going to take an effect on their tires if they start to lose it a little bit. Later in the run, if they go deep into turn 9, turn 1 potentially. Just kind of, it's ironic that the 93's got the shark on the car, because he's the one being hunted. He has been several times now in this race. See when he makes his move. If he can make his move, it's one thing. You know, Cole Wilson, obviously, he's like, all right, turn 9. I went deep, gave it up there, and then I got loose on the final corner. Everywhere else, I've been good tonight. Going to 27 to go. That's still such a long time. I've got over a stage to go. He's actually closing in now on Jeff Carson. He's been catching her over the last couple of laps. Both these trucks have damage on the left front. They are managing it to the best of their abilities. Last lap actually 3 seconds quicker. Pinto has picked it up. A lot more confident under braking here into turn 9. To Diego Rodriguez. Deep into turn 1. All on his own. Did not need to push that hard. Slight damage to the right front there. He'll back it up. Back it into the fence there. Conville and Lafrenego on by. Michael Conville does get that top 5 for the time being. Cat is there as well. Second between the leaders, just kind of ebbs and flows. Last lap, 0.03 of a second quicker for Cole Wilson. Kane Hodgson finished second last week at Atlanta. He doesn't want to finish second here. But much like, you know, all 3 series, you got the 2 plate races, Daytona, Atlanta, then you come to, obviously, O'Reilly and Cup went to Coda, and we're coming out here to Long Beach. Then we go to Darlington. We get a couple of weeks break. We go to Darlington in 3 weeks. We get 3 weeks off on Tuesday. Back in on Mondays. So there you go. Wild first 3 races. Scheduling wise. Even for the trucks, it's Daytona, Atlanta, St. Petersburg. That's a fun opening race. Square at the front. No real changes or bobbles for anybody. 5 laps to go. I'd confidently say the fuel window's open, and maybe Logan Giesbrecht says, all right, I'll just make my final stop now, get it out of the way, and run to the end. Gets the bat. I don't think it's pit stop. Oh, now he's taking tires, so he wants tires for the finish. Here comes Jeff Carson as well. In for what should be his final stop of the evening. Also gonna got a set of tires. So you had one start or 3 in the pits. Take one at stage 1, take one at stage 2, and take one whenever you decide your final stop will be. He's wrecked 16.7 and he's down and away. 15.2 for Carson from the 9 crew. Our final stops have been completed. 4 laps to go. Fuel window open for these drivers. They make their moves. Objectively, it'll be important for these leaders specifically to time their stop well and who can take the least amount of fuel, who can manage it the best. And honestly, it's not worth hardly anything, but it could be worth just enough. He's been in the draft. I mean, there is a couple of straightaways on the front stretch. Every lap, he could be saving just a tiny bit. Fuel for Tane Hodison and make that pit stop a 1/10 of a second quicker. Who the heck? The pit entry is going to be important. Pit exit. Now can get on and off the pit road. I mean, that's easily worth the 3/10 of a second. 1/10 of a second on the pit stop, get a 10th on the entry, get a 10th on the exit. And you have the lead without having to move him on track or set up a difficult pass. These 2 guys have been the class of the field all day, wishing. He's kind of lost sight of everybody. I mean, he maybe saw those 2 take a left there, but Lafrene 10 seconds back. He's got no pressure and has the podium kind of on lock. As long as he keeps it on the racetrack. The squad looking to be making his final stop. He enters pit road. Go to LaRue under pressure. Mid-toe just a bit, about half a second. Cole Wilson has a bobble out of the final corner. This is as close as Hodison has been. Tenth and a half. Not going to force the issue just yet. Let's take a look at that bobble. Again, he got to the outside and he's going to try the same move. Just a slower exit. Let's double check, make sure there was no contact. The road course, there's a lot of gaps. We got time to figure this out. Just a little slow on the exit there. That was the last lap. Hodison probably sends it. Just all the pressure is immense at this point. He's pushing him through turn 11. Again, all over the back, 0.2 of a second. Losing little by little. Then kind of just cuts him a break heading into one. It's almost really, it's 4 stages, except we don't have a caution. We got 20, 20, 20, and 20. And as you think of the race like that, just completed the 3rd stage this time by. This is awesome. The back of the truck, ice cold, awesome. Mountain Dew Frostbite. But this race is awesome. These guys have been all over each other for 60 laps. There's nothing in it. They both have to be perfect, because if Hodison, trying to make the pass, gets loose, does a half slide, loses 4 seconds, he's probably not going to make that up. I mean, there's one mistake in this race. Oh, there's another bobble exiting turn 11. This is the longest they'll run. Here's Brandon Minto. The Minto brothers are in. They have not run this long on tires before. There's a slight little slide there into one. And the tires hold up with how much they're pushing away through the fountain. Battles on track. Chris Cadiz chasing after Mike McConville. John Wilco chasing after Logan Giesbrecht. Actually, Giesbrecht just got around him. Let's take a look at how he did it. He has the much fresher tires than Wilco, and he's not going to fight that too hard. He's in a good position. In 10th right now. Up 9 spots. Obviously, he did not qualify. Then goes John for his final stop. You know, in his head, he's hitting the intimidate button, is Tane Hodis. He's like, just run wide in the corner, lose 2 seconds, and be done with it. Conville's in for his final stop. This is going to be hard to make a pass straight up. Yeah, he's going to have that bobble, that wiggle, run a little wide maybe. It's just going to be hard with the way that this truck races here. There's a slide, but not close enough to take advantage. Let's take a look at their last 5. 5-lap average, that is. Hodison, half a tenth quicker. Nothing really to show for it when you're that close, but it's right there, and he just shows them they're nearly 0.7 of a second ahead of Diego Rodriguez. Take a look at the last lap. Wilson was a little quicker. Logan Giesbrecht just crossed the line at 124. So how far away guys are all over the track. 125 flat for Wilson. Hodison, 125.09, 900. Jared Wishon is in from 3rd. You look at this race and say, oh, Cole J. Wilson has dominated. He has not won a single stage. Hodison has that long run speed and has pipped him to the stage wins. Well, there's an aggressive move. Good look at the outside, nothing doing there. inside of a stage distance to go. Less than 20 to go now, and everyone's trying to come in for this final stop. We're showing Rodriguez, Lafrene, and a handful of trucks left to pit. Oh, the 93 looks sideways on entry. No, and he's loose here. He could be pitting. He's like, all right, you take the inside. I'm going to take the inside. I'm going to pit. But Hodgson was there, going to try the crossover. Nobody's pitting this time. He was there. He was in front of him. That was all out of sorts there. I mean, he is right there. Nearly into the wall there. It gets a little wide. Not going to take advantage here either. Can't take advantage or won't. Laps to go. Chris Caddis is in. Only one's left to pit. Dakota LaRue. Jeremy Brown, I think he can make it. I don't think so, actually. He has to come one more time. And then your two leaders. Showing the nose here. He's closing. 93 slams the door. How would a pit stop even work here? Because the 93, I mean, he can't just cut across the nose. Maybe he tried to, I mean, was that a brake check just trying to get him off? Yes, it was. He's like, all right, I'm going to get you offset because I need to get to the inside. So that's what he did. Not necessarily a brake check, but he just was slower in the apex. Hodgson had to back off, and he was able to cut across to the inside, so that answered my question. This is the money stop for Cole Wilson. Gonna take tires here. Doesn't want just the splash and go. Feels like it's absolutely necessary. He changed left sides first. The road courses, and he's down and away. 15.1. His pit lane time will be... He's actually able to get ahead of Dakota LaRue. That's an important pass. Not going to be stuck behind anybody. He's going to be on pit lane for a total of 52.17. Hodgson to the lead. Can he use this one lap of clean air? Does he have any extra pace? Oh, and there's Cole Wilson off the nose of John Wilco. And if that's a caution, it could change the race. But no matter what, it's already changed the race. Oh my goodness. Right after the pit stop. Oh no, he bounces off the tire barrier. Wilco went in deep. Usually so consistent. He just scorches turn one. Loses it under braking, bounces off the tire barrier, and nowhere for Cole Wilson to go. Expecting to let the leader go on by. Obviously, I mean, it was slow enough, right? I mean, he wasn't flying. It's not the front end. But advantage squarely with Dane Hodgson, and it swings back to him yet again. He's just going to keep running laps at this point. Oddly enough, Cole Wilson's closing in a little bit. Oh, he is coming in this time now. Needs to be clean and consistent here. Don't speed. Don't overshoot your box. Well, Wilson coming down to turn number 9 now. Hodison equal with those 4 tires. Jeff Carson right in front of him. You can tell he's driving a little bit angry. He's going to make that move to the inside, and he's down and away 14.7. So a quicker stop overall. That's what he needed. Here comes Cole Wilson. There it goes. Tane Hodison. And what is it with the leaders coming out of pit road and guys just killing turn 1? Literally an almost identical incident, except he beaches it in the tire barriers. Yeah, 4 seconds. That's crazy to me. That's literally the margin is Cole Wilson getting wrecked. So now he's going to be driving. I mean, he's got a little bit of right front. The whole right side of that car is damaged. But he's making up a ton of time right now. Maybe it's not. I mean, it's 3 seconds. He's gained half a second in the last 3 corners. It's not done yet. I mean, look at that. How is it only 3 seconds? Look at this incident. He was sideways and back of it. How is this 3 seconds? His in-lap, out-lap was so much better at that point than Hodison's. And he's still gaining. It's 2.8 now. Hodison's going to have lap traffic to deal with. Not for very long. 13 to go. 2.7. Cole Wilson, his last lap, a 23.5. Jared Wishon in third, who has not was a 25.1. Look at this mess. Jeremy Brown, Dakota LaRue going at it. That's for position. And then also Rodriguez and Lafrene. So this is 2 separate battles for position. The battle for 4th and the battle for 11th. Give it to LaRue and give it to Rodriguez. For the time being. 6th into the tire barrier. Now 3.7, so perhaps Hodison just needed the tires to warm up for 1 lap. Treating this like it's Formula 1 half a second quicker that lap, so he might have found something. Just being extra cautious on the outlap. To go here at Long Beach. Big send from Lafrene. And he'll get that move done. He's been putting on some of the moves of this race. LaRue got the move done and then had to come in and pit. Gap now 4.5. Oh, and Wilson around again! And that'll really do it. Here comes Jared Wishon. Turn 9's been his problem. Locked it up. And really on the throttle, and around he goes. Again, that's not significant damage. He really should be able to maintain P2, I think, with how much pace he's had tonight. But it would be an eventful P2. Rodriguez closing back in on the Frene. Big lap traffic ahead. Here comes McConville, says thank you very much. I'll take that. Got a couple battles kind of forming back together again. And Tane Hodison just kind of out for a Sunday drive for 10 more laps he's got to putt around for at this point. You can see the tire marks. He's probably seen it on the relative. You know something has happened. Eight trucks on the lead lap. That's where it should remain. I think Breck's going to lose that much time in the final 10 laps. Three-way fight for 4th, 5th, and 6th continues. Frene leading the group, not able to pull away though. Conville closing in. Rodriguez the defensive line into turn 1. Conville bangs off the tire barrier there, falls back a bit. Rodriguez half a car length, there's 5/10 of a car length behind. Half a tenth. It must be nice, though, if you're the 17 to finally see a car and theoretically battle him for position. Jeff Carson, your biggest mover, +8, looking for a top 10 here tonight. Andy Brown having to serve that penalty. Kind of messed up his end of the race strategy, but trying to recover for the top 10 as well. Whole last stage, he was stuck. Made multiple pit stops right after the stage. Like, came in and took 4 tires. He came in to top off with fuel, then had a penalty to serve, and then was been stuck up until the last handful of laps, and is finally back inside the top 10. At top 5 speed at times tonight, though. Would probably have wanted more. Rodriguez has been fairly consistent right around the top 5 all night. He's 4th place, potentially. Right in front of him, Mike McConville has had an adventurous race and just been slowly working his way back up through the field. A race like this show should give him some confidence on road courses going forward. I've never raced it Long Beach. I can't tell you how technical it is. I mean, you got a super tight hairpin, got an awkward turn 1 apparently for most people. I guess in a truck you could just treat these curbs like it's nothing, but clearly a lot of people have had issues. Battle 4th, 5th, and 6th. The podium is decided. Still a somewhat of a question of who's going to be 2nd and 3rd, but I think Cole J. Wilson, despite his topsy-turvy race, will hold on to it. He looks to be quicker at the moment. Conville loses a little bit of speed in the final corner. Rodriguez closes in on the Frene. That's an interesting lap chart for Wilson. Started second, immediately gets into first. Halfway through stage 1, blows turn 9, ends up about 4th, 5th, recovers to about 3rd, and then leads all of stage 2, except for the final 100 yards. Immediately gets the lead again, and then loses it on the cycle of green flag pit stops, getting caught up in an instant not of his doing whatsoever. This will hurt for the Cole Wilson fans when we show you this. Will lead the most laps tonight, will not get the victory. Led over half of this race. Eric Wishon led 1 lap simply because he got a really, really good restart. But it has been a race dominated by Tane Hodison and Cole Wilson. Tane Hodison with the consistency and the long run pace. All he's got to do is just keep it on track for 6.5 more laps. Doesn't have to push. He's actually built up more of a lead now, approaching 16 seconds. Now the 23 machine got to the 6th position as McConville goes wide in turn number 9. Look at what happened there under braking for the number 8 machine. The second he hit the brakes, he didn't want to stop, and he was able to say, hey, let's take a left. He got the runoff, lets you use it. So that puts Cadiz up into the 6th position, but McConville fighting back. Rodriguez still all over the back of the 06 machine as well. Tane Hodison, a runner-up last week at Atlanta by 28 hundredths of a second. Will not be the runner-up here tonight. All he's got to do is keep the power on, keep the internet connected for 5 more laps. Rare that we could just say it with such certainty. As long as there's an act of God, or I hate to even bring that up, but that's what this is. I mean, once he's got the clean air, he has been the man to beat tonight. 15.5 seconds clear, no off tracks, no incidents. More times around 16 seconds there. Conville trying to keep the pressure. We'll see it right here when we just bring this up one more time for Hodison. That maybe 3rd at the very beginning of stage 2, just for a second. I think he was 3rd, but I don't think he finished the lap in 3rd. So he's been as low as 2nd all night. I mean, he has literally been P2 or P1 the whole time. That is insane consistency. And the reason he's P2 is simply because of the restart. If he just got a rolling start, he would have led all 80 laps with the pace he has. Pretty incredible. Trying to chase down Cadiz. Rodriguez trying to chase down Lafrene. Most everything else appears to be settled for the time being. The 3rd closest battle is 2.6 seconds. That's Wilson leaving Wishon. The closest battles, it kind of alternates back and forth. Oh, and Lafreniere goes wide. Rodriguez cuts him a break. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. Rodriguez has it. We'll see how Lafreniere wants to respond. We know he likes a good send, but Rodriguez knows that. Takes the super defensive line, but here goes Lafreniere trying to brave it around the outside. How about the 06 is just put on? Oh, he's through the grass, through the fountain. He has put on a clinic of moves into turn 1. It's not over. Not over. "40 seconds behind the leader. With 3 laps to go. Fortain Hodison, 16.8 seconds. As the 06 and 21, this is the battle for 4th. Keep swapping back and forth. Change hands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the last lap. 06 goes wide. Here comes Rodriguez around the outside. He can force the issue down to the inside. 06 is sideways. Gonna have to try the crossover. 21 just parks it on the apex, and he drives away. Now half a second clear. McConville, while that's going on further back, has got around the 23 machine. Gets a great run off turn 8. Caddis goes to block. McConville has the run down the straightaway. "18 seconds out in front. One battle within a second. It's Lafreniere trying to close back in on Rodriguez. Everything else just about settled here tonight. Just got to cross the line and give out the points. Conville has gotten clear of Caddis by 2 seconds once he completed that pass. Lafreniere falling back to about a second now. Only man on lap 78 right now is this guy. Wilson's about to join him 20 seconds back, as now he's just bringing it home. It does allow Wilson to, or Wishing to close in a tiny little bit, 1.7 seconds. Hodison two wins last year. Talladega to get himself into the championship 4, and then one Phoenix when he had to. Your defending series champion. Second last week at Atlanta by 0.02 of a second. Runner-up finish here tonight. White flag. This time by race is official. Wilson sees the white flag. One more time around. Hodison 4th at Daytona, 2nd at Atlanta. Assuming you can complete 3/4 of a lap. 3 races, 3 top 5s, and a win. Your defending series champ. Not a bad way to start 2026. Handled the chaos of the super speedways well. Mastered the road course. His Wishing is now close to within a second. Cat is actually fighting back on McConville as they begin their last lap. Halfway through this lap for Hodison. We know he's got speed on the ovals, of which we'll have many. Take a month break, come back for Darlington at the end of March. In which this man should be the points leader. Maxed out his possibilities today. Got the pole, got the stage 1 win, got the stage 2 win, and as he powers off turn 11, the tight hairpin, he'll see the checkered flag for his first win of the season here at Long Beach for the OnlyBulls Green Flag 150. Tane Hodison, the race winner here this evening. Battle for second, all the way to the final corner. Nothing too crazy though. They power off the corner. Wilson, beaten and battered, led the most laps. Finishes where he starts in P2. Wishing third place pretty much the entire evening. I mean, my goodness. Rodriguez all on his lonesome for fourth. Lafrene falls back late. Still holds on to a top 5. And McConville, a great road course result for him. No matter what happens in the final 2 corners, if he gets beat for 7th, he'll love this result, but he does go wide. And he'll have to defend into turn 11. Here comes the 23. Little bit of action right at the death. McConville defensive. 23, he parked it on the apex. But McConville will get the foot to the floor and get P6 here tonight at Long Beach. Cat is 7th in his debut. Giesbrecht actually did end up getting lapped somehow. And that's that. Hodison on the cooldown lap. A well-deserved victory. Wilson to pit road, Jared Wishing to pit road, and 23 machine coming out, or 22 machine coming out here to celebrate. 39, his teammate looks like he's going to come out here and celebrate a little bit. Title Motorsports teammate's going to celebrate. A fantastic start to their season. Always go, oh, we got to check that truck in post-race tech now. But, win, a top 10 for Giesbrecht. Cadiz looks like he's in their voice channel now. He's going to get a top 10 on his debut. Rodriguez, a top 5. Go to LaRue, a top 15. So not a bad night for the Title Motorsports gang. You can tell it's Trading Paints has got the wrong thing there on the podium graphic. Remember at Daytona, we said, what in the world is that? Or at Atlanta, what in the world is that truck? Well, now you can tell what it's supposed to be, finally. That was the original iteration of it. That monstrosity you see center screen. But the truck's got the right paint scheme. It's got the right driver. And, well-deserved victory here tonight. Go ahead and talk to him. Here with your race winner tonight, Tane Hodison, the defending series champion, picks up his first win of 2026 after 2 top 5s at the plate tracks to open the season. Did not lead the most laps tonight, but you got the pole, you got the stage 1 win, stage 2 win in thrilling fashion, and should lead us into this first break of the season as the points leader.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I love this track. I love St. Pete too, but I'm kind of glad iRacing didn't add it yet, because this is probably one of my best and favorite tracks on any calendar. So I had a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely. Definitely the long run speed, unquestioned. Just a little, it looked, it's always tough to evaluate. It looks like the restarts just had a little trouble firing off, but eventually over the long run settled in and able to just pretty much just stalk Cole Wilson the whole night and take advantage.
Yeah, I noticed that too on the restarts. I have a long gear version of this. Me and Diego worked on it a little bit, and so we're not chipping into turn 1, and I guess that made it so that on restarts we were spinning the tires, which I thought would be the opposite, but maybe not. So I had to be really careful, and so every restart or the race start, the 17 and the 93 would get me. But yeah, the long run speed. I saw as soon as the race started, I saw Cole was not saving his rear tires, which is a big thing in the trucks. So I was just like, I'll just sit behind him and watch him do his little dance, and I'll just chill out here, not crash, not hit any walls, and just see what happens. And he just would slide, and I, I mean, he did make one mistake in stage one and going on I think turn eight that is, but other than that, it was just I could see where he was just sliding him, and I'd shift early and just keep the temp slow and the wear low, or the wear pretty good on the rears, and that was all I really. That was just my goal the whole time, and it worked out. I don't know what happened to him in the third stage, but I assume something happened because he was like 20 seconds back at the end, and I was looking forward to a good battle. But yeah,
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the dominant performance tonight. The long run speed worked. The setup worked. Enjoy the break. Should be the points leader, or at least very close to McConville for it. But a great start to the season, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
yeah, thank you. We got. I'll always shout him out, but the title guys, Logan, Brandon, Dakota, Diego, and today we also had Chris Cadiz from. We brought him over from a few sports car leagues we do. I just thought that would be a little fun, and I believe he got a top 10, so that was really cool. So, yeah, just all the guys here at Title Motorsports. I also got to shout out my parents for letting me do this always. Really cool that they support me in doing this. And yeah, we have the last four races we've done in this league, or this and the Cup Series, we've won all four. So, both Atlanta races, and then Coda and the Cup cars, and now this. So it's a really cool thing to see us doing so well after last year.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, and we'll see you in the trucks in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, see you for the Xfinity race next week.
Yep. Thank you for the broadcast. Is another shout out.
Appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Bye. Thank you.
With your runner-up tonight, Cole Wilson started second, and that's right where he finished after an eventful race. Led the most laps, interestingly enough, just by just the way the race was going tonight for you. Did not win a single stage, but obviously great points in both. And then obviously the incident there in stage 3, coming out of the pits, not your fault whatsoever. But just an absolute battle. I mean, you and Hodison, class of the field. You were quickest in practice. He gets you in qualifying. You burn him on the restarts and have the short run speed. He fights back with the long run speed, and it was just you guys up front going at it tonight, and that was a treat to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I'm fortunate for sure. I think I could have held him off. Uh, kind of learned my lesson after end of stage two, um, on how to defend from him, and I think I was short pit and I was going to get myself a little gap, and just unfortunate. I don't know really what happened at the end of the pit stop. I think he just hit the wall and spun me, and it really destroyed my car. I had really bad wheel damage and aero damage, so I definitely wasn't going to catch back up. Just had to limp it home in second, basically. So, like you said, it was still a good points day, and I'll just to take that away from it and try to go win in Phoenix.
Know that the truck was fast. You said with the wheel damage, even able to limp it home to a runner up. So the truck was fast tonight, so definitely take that away from here. Good points. But congratulations on the runner up tonight, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
Yeah, you guys always for putting on a great broadcast. My team, Questionable Motorsports, Aiden Holes, CJ Erdman. Even though they can't race anymore. And then Maconi Seto Shop and GK Spark Plugs.
So congratulations on the runner up, and we'll see you in Phoenix.
All right, thank you.
With your third place finisher tonight, Jared Wishon, finished where he started, and he was the pre-2021 Max Verstappen. Not quick enough to catch the Mercedes, quicker than literally everybody else behind him, and was kind of just out for a drive in Long Beach tonight, and able to keep the truck clean and and claim a podium finish, highest finishing Toyota to boot.
Yeah, I didn't really have much people to battle with there, but I was able to like keep up at the beginning, but then they just drove away, and then it seemed like when they started to drive away from me, I started to drive away from the guys behind me, so I just kind of stayed there in a little bubble all by myself and kept it out of the wall, kept the truck clean. So I'll definitely take that at this track.
Yeah, not a bad result if you could just kind of run your own race and it ends up in a podium, third place, and not having to like too worried about it. Oh, I'm in all this chaos, just show up and in a podium, solid points in all the stages. So definitely a good night for the 17 machine.
Yeah, I was just I mean, I love this track and like the IMSA stuff when it comes here, so I was looking forward to it. But I just wanted to finish after taking the white flag leading last week and getting wrecked, and then last night getting put in the tire barrier. I just wanted to see the checkered flag and not get wrecked out of it or anything, and we accomplished that and ended up on the podium.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the podium, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
Guys, want to thank Diecast fans for being on the truck this season. Everybody that puts this league on, my teammate Jeremy, we put in some laps this week and felt pretty good. And I think he would probably been right there behind me or in front of me. He says he's not better than me, but I think he was faster. He just was sitting behind me. But shout out to him for running laps with me and getting prepared, and you for putting the broadcast on.
Really appreciate the kind words. Congratulations again on the podium, and we'll see you at Phoenix.
Thank you.
And that'll do it, Art. There's no final thoughts. So let's go ahead and hide all the fancy stuff and get the results up. Where are we at? Finishers, get the results up. A longer one, 80 laps here. I felt like this could have been a 70 lapper or 85 lapper, but yeah, it is a long one tonight. But there is the race results. 36 laps led for Tane Hodison. 44, I believe. Yeah. Well, Jerry Wishing technically led. 21 seconds margin of victory. Wishing just about half a second behind, pushing Cole Wilson to the end with his damage. Rodriguez, Lafreniere round out the top 5. McConville with probably a career best road course finish. Cadiz will update him for Title Motorsports next week. On his debut, gets P7. Jeff Carson, your biggest mover tonight, rounds out your top 10. 7 trucks on the lead lap. Kind of crazy. Hayne Hodison with the pole, the fastest lap. 156 miles we did here tonight. 3 different leaders. 2 cautions, both the stage. Solid night overall. And that'll be it for us tonight from the Long Beach Street Circuit for the OnlyBulls Green Flag 150. We'll be back this weekend probably for some Wreckfest stuff. Art will be back in the booth. And then we're back next Monday at... Double check. I'm pretty sure it's Phoenix. Is it Phoenix? Yeah, Phoenix. The GovX 200 at Phoenix will be the Monday night NASCAR. So we're doing, we don't got a race next Tuesday. We're off for 3 weeks because truck schedule, but we got the Monday night part-time schedule to pick up the slack. So this weekend for Wreckfest and the next Monday at Phoenix 8:15. See y'all there.